Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Lingnan University, the liberal arts university in Hong Kong. My name is Stephen Chan. I'm a professor in cultural studies at this university. I'm also the academic dean of the Faculty of Arts and a representative of the Quan Phong Cultural Research and Development Program, which is one of the organizers of this forum. On behalf of the organizers, I extend the warmest welcome to all of you. I understand there are about 70 overseas or non-local participants to this first South-South Forum on sustainability. This is the first forum of the kind that is jointly organized by Renmin University of China in Beijing, Lingnan University, and also supported by the United Nations Development Program, the China office. I will be moderating this opening session, and I have a panel of distinguished guests to address you briefly. First of all, let me introduce to you Professor Jesùs Seade, who is the Chair Professor of Economics at this university and also the Vice President. Professor Seade.
Thank you very much, Professor Chan, Stephen. And join in welcoming all of you from different parts of the world. I'm almost tempted to say from all over the world. It's a very rich representation for this important conference. And in particular, I would like to give a very warm welcome to the co-organizers and thank them for the collaboration that we value enormously, and for the personal presence here. I'm Professor Tiejun from Renmin University, Ms. Xin'an, who is a UNDP deputy head in China, and Professor Tiejun from Peking University. I'm really very excited about the topic. I was telling Professor Wen that as I was driving to the university, I was listening to BBC radio in the car, and it was a program about all kinds of topics, not about sustainability. It was about the euro. So the topic was short-sightedness. We interviewed some professor who's a behavioral economist who has looked at all kinds of issues on the face of Earth from the perspective of short-sightedness, which is why we eat more than we should, for example. We value the meal in front of you more than your health over the next so many years. So it's all short-sightedness. And in that context, they refer to the environment and sustainability. And on that, they said, the one said, and the other one confirmed fully, that it was, without any doubt, the #1 challenge humanity faces. And I said, yes. So I'm really very pleased and the honor to be hosting this conference and have all of you here to discuss such an important topic. I would say it is, yes, the most important issue of today. But at the same time as that being the most important issue we face today, there's some other hugely important defining developments that the world has had in recent decades. Which are these? Well, I would say perhaps there are two salient ones, and one of them is the ascent of China. Okay? Another one is the ascent, the explosion of South-South relevance, dialogue, cooperation on all kinds of issues, including discussing on the environment and discussing the sustainability of the world. Not discussing, as South-South might have discussed 30 years ago, only to complain or only as a forum to exchange views, but because the South-South actors are now leading actors. So it's really looking for solutions, we're looking for action. So all these issues come together. The only top issue in the world's agenda that I hope you will not be discussing is the euro. But everything else is really here. So this is an extremely important conference, and I wish you the very, very best, and I thank you all for being here and making it possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Seade. I would like to call upon Ms. Xin'an, who is the UNDP Assistant Country Director of its China office. Ms. Ho, please.
Good morning, everyone. Okay. Good morning, everyone. First of all, let me the United Nations Development Program in China to welcome all of you. And also, I apologize last night that I couldn't join the dinner, but I understand that as always, also our spokesperson of UNDP has already welcomed all of you also on UNDP's behalf. So thank you for gathering here, because we are so glad that these days we have so diversified group of people, great minds, and also very busy foot. Why I say that is that I see a lot of collective enthusiasm from an intellectual point of view, but also I know that most of you are also working very actively in the fields, in the rural construction, reconstruction, in mobilizing the vulnerable groups, in caring about environment and sustainability, and also the grassroots level participation. So for UNDP, we are so happy that we could have such an opportunity to work together with you. And I'd also want to thank the Lingnan University, who has also worked quite a lot in hosting this event, because having a large group of people here is not an easy job. So thank you very much for that. And of course also Professor Wen, and with his leadership, the Renmin University, who helps a lot in making this forum happen. Some of you may have known the background, but just bear with me, because some of the new friends may not understand why UNDP is involved. So let me just very, very briefly also report to you the background, so that we can have a good context. For UNDP, we've been working in China around 32 years already, and throughout different cycles of program, the promoting the cooperation and joint work between developing countries is always a key concept and approach. And our program in China, focusing on support of different phases of the reform in China. And through this most recent years, since China is playing more and more an important role and in working together with other countries in sharing experiences, no matter on poverty reduction or on other aspects like environment protection or promoting joint dialogue, China is playing more and more important and increasing role. And this also brings us to think about and also to re-strategize our own work in this area. And then in recent years, we have started quite a number of strategic initiatives with the government of China and also other governments in developing countries to try to share experiences and also compare notes of how development paths, for example, reducing poverty, in looking for better options or suitable options to support the poor. This becomes a focus. And but a lot of the work we are working is with the government. And on the other hand, we feel there is a strong need to also engage more the different perspectives, for example, from think tanks and also from the grassroots organizations which really work on the ground to also provide diversified perspective in telling
what is really happening in China and what has happened in China, and to what extent that such areas of experience could share, and also the common voices could be also formed among developing countries. So this brings a momentum of us working more with people like you, people like the Renmin University, which is led by the Institutes of Advanced Study for Sustainability. That when we discussed with Professor Wen, who is also a quite long-standing friend of us for the past 15 years, we work quite a lot in rural area development and poverty reduction. So when we discuss about this issue, the two sides, there's no minute. We agree just immediately that we should do more. And so our cooperation is actually covers 3 areas, and one is focusing on the emerging 7 economies in developing countries, China, India, Indonesia, Turkey, Venezuela, South Africa, Brazil, to share through this emerging 7 network on inclusive development and sustainability. So the work will start from country case studies, and then a final a group report on presenting in this country what has happened before, and how the countries can form some collaborative opportunities to work more on inclusive development. And second is, most of you have involved quite heavily and engaged. I hope you also very happily find that's interesting is we work together with the Renmin University to organize field trips to really go down to the grassroots in China to see what has happened in the past, particularly in the rural areas. It's reform in rural areas, so I know most of you have joined the 3 roots trips, and I'm very happy today that we can also have opportunity to also hear from you what is the feedback, what is the thinking and findings from these field trips. And of course, this also linked with a more broad dialogue and exchange between China and other countries. So this forum also falls into the second part of our cooperation. The third part is also to prepare some publications which have summarized some Chinese development experience, mainly developed by the Renmin University. So this is very broad 3 areas, and we hope that today's forum is only a start, because there are so many debates in recent days. For example, the debate in Durban, and a lot of forums, G20 and a lot of others. People find is really, the issue is really not what to do. Everybody knows what to do, but the challenge is really how to do it. And in the whole process, we think that the voices and also the collaborative efforts and the solidarity from all the developing countries is so crucial, because there's so many new diversified and dynamic forces now in the global arena. So we feel that there's a strong need to find solution, but the solution is also not one size fits all, but it really needs a lot of digestion and thinking through from what has happened in the past. So we hope that today's forum could provide a very useful platform, followed by, I know there's a very long day, followed by 2 days parallel sessions, and a lot of experts and experienced practitioners will be here to also share your thoughts, and we can hopefully to summarize also some of the findings from the forum and also integrate into our future work. So I thank you once again, and I hope that this forum will be a big, big success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ho from UNDP, China. There are, aside from Renmin University of China, Lingnan University, and UNDP China office, these are the 3 main organizers, 2 co-organizers of this forum, namely Jinhua University, represented by the Institute of Advanced Studies for Humanities and Social Sciences, and Peking University Center for Film and Cultural Studies. And I'm very pleased to call upon Professor Jinhua, who is the director of this center, and also an adjunct professor in culture study, who's been teaching on and off some lectures for our Master of Cultural Study program. Professor Dai. By the way, there is SI facilities in case you have not. Please ask our helpers.
感谢主办方给我机会，给我这个荣幸坐在这个台上。那么从昨天开始，我一直在想到，大半个世纪以前，在万隆会议之后，我们曾经有过一个很响亮的名字叫第三世界。